Coming up on today's show, we will explain why I believe the Kansas City Chiefs wide receiving core is going to shock the NFL in 2025. Really, since Tyreek Hill departed, the Chiefs receiving core has not been that great. We saw a little bit of improvement last year, but for the most part, Patrick Mahomes has been winning these Super Bowls in spite of his receivers, not because of them. In 2025, that's going to change. More to come here in a moment. But first, that guy right there, Rashee Rice, he's making his return. He's fully healthy. We're going to talk plenty about him in just a moment. If you're excited about Rashee Rice-A-Roni's return to Kansas City, fully healthy in 2025, spam 4 in the comments. Who knows? He could be watching or somebody close to him. We want to make our voices heard loud and clear. We're rooting on Rashee Rice in 2025. Let's get at least 300 fours in that comment section, and we'll get started on today's show. What's funny to me is when I listen to the talking heads bring up the Chiefs receiving core, all of them think that this group isn't good enough, that it's got its flaws and all this. And I'm looking at this and I'm saying, what are you talking about? Like, to me, this is a really good group. I think this is the best receiving core the Chiefs have had since Tyreek Hill left town. And let's kind of go back to last season at first. Here is a look at the Chiefs' leading returning receivers that will be back on the roster in 2025. Travis Kelce coming off a season where he had 823 yards and 3 touchdowns off of 97 catches. Xavier Worthy had a solid rookie campaign and a strong second half of the season. He was named the Chiefs Team Rookie of the Year with 59 catches for 638 yards and 6 touchdowns. That was the most of true receivers on this team when it came to receptions and yardage. Noah Gray had a breakout season as the Chiefs' number 2 tight end. He was able to haul in 40 catches for 437 yards, 5 touchdowns, had a couple multi-touchdown games on the season. His average per catch was higher than both Worthy and Kelce at 10.9. Rashee Rice, even though he only played in the first 4 games, he made quite the impact in those first 4 games, might I add you, with 24 catches, 288 yards, 2 touchdowns, 12 yards of reception. And then there's their old friend Juju, who played good against the Saints. Didn't really do a ton as he finished the year with 18 catches for 231 yards and 2 touchdowns. So here is a look at the Chiefs wide receiver depth chart heading into 2025. Xavier Worthy, he will be on the left side. Hollywood Brown, who we did not see much of at all last year, he will be on the right side. Rashee Rice in the slot. Sky Moore is technically still around. Jaylen Royals, we'll talk more about him coming up in just a bit. They drafted Thornton's impressed at OTAs. Maybe he's got a chance to make the roster. Juju's still there. Nico, we know what he can do on special teams. I think this is going to be a very good group. And here are my 4 reasons to believe. Shout out Ted Lasso. Believe! Let's start with Rashee Rice. I think Rashee Rice in 2025, he is going to become a top 10 receiver in the National Football League. And the reason why I say that, we've already seen it. He was playing at a top 10 level prior to the injury last year with the start that he had to the season. He had a strong rookie campaign with 938 yards, 7 touchdowns, 79 catches. And then last year started off red hot. He was going 100 miles an hour in those first 4 games with 24 catches, 288 yards, 2 touchdowns, 12 yards of reception. Rashee Rice was fantastic. But then the injury happened. His season was over with. Since then, though, he's already back to work. In fact, he took part in a voluntary workout in Texas with Patrick Mahomes. Mahomes saw Rashee Rice firsthand and said this, expectations are high. I mean, he looks really good. He's running routes. He's catching the football. When we get back into actual OTAs, how much he'll be able to do, but he's been able to do everything here as far as running routes and everything like that. And Mahomes has said that he has high expectations for Rashee Rice. Do you believe in Rashee Rice? Is Rashee Rice going to have a bounce-back season in 2025? You got two options here. Type B for believe, D for don't. Answer our pinned comment today. Let us know what you think. Folks, I want to make sure you're subscribed to the Kansas City Chiefs Report as we bring you our daily news and rumors. We have live shows each and every Tuesday. We have all of the Chiefs coverage you could ever want here on the channel, talking everything from free agency to trades, OTAs, minicamp, counting you down to training camp, and it's every single day. You have no reason not to be here with us every single day. And the easiest way that you can be informed when we have that new content is just by hitting that subscribe button. 100% free, doesn't cost you a thing. We got 72,000 strong on the channel. I want to get to 100,000, but we need you to subscribe to help us get there. Subscribe now, youtube.com/ChiefsTV to join the family today. You'll be glad you did. Let's talk about Xavier Worthy. He is worthy. Been a while since I've gotten to say that. Xavier Worthy, good finish to the season. There was, I would say, to put it kindly, some unfair bullshit that I feel was talked about when it came to Xavier Worthy, especially in the first half of last season, of people calling him a gadget player. And, yeah, sure, they used him in the run game. Okay. Deebo Samuel's was used in the run game in San Francisco. That doesn't mean he's a gadget player. Ever heard of Percy Harvin? He had a pretty decent career as well. So I never liked that talk, that discussion. I think what we saw from Xavier Worthy and how reliable he became and was the go-to receiver for Patrick Mahomes, he proved more that he is far beyond a gadget player and that he is a valuable piece to this Chiefs offense. You don't get 98 targets as a gadget player, okay? They saw something in him, and it worked. 6 touchdowns, 638 receiving yards. He was used effectively in the run game as well, 5.2 yards reception, 3 touchdowns, 104 rushing yards. And most of that was in the second half of the season. Just wait, folks. Let's see what happens now as he takes on a bigger role and takes that step forward. Xavier Worthy had this to say on entering 2025, his second season. The end of last year was kind of like a stepping stone for me, just learning and getting a better feel for what Mahomes likes, and I started feeling like that got better at the end of the year. So just continue that and use that momentum. And now the question becomes, what is Xavier Worthy's ceiling? Can he become an elite wide receiver in the National Football League? What do you guys think? Predict it for me. Type Y for yes, N for no. What's your thoughts on Xavier Worthy? Can he become elite wideout or not? Weigh in and tell us what you think. So one thing that should be different, and it's something that's coming back to the Chiefs offense that I think is going to be a difference with this receiving core, is the vertical passing game making its return. The ability to stretch the field. It was something that was the bread and butter of the Kansas City Chiefs early in the Mahomes era, especially with Tyreek Hill, with how much they were able to attack defenses. And then 2 things happened. One, the receiving core got a lot worse, and that hurt your abilities to be able to stretch the field. But 2, we saw teams playing the 3 high safety look, and we're trying to take the top off from Patrick Mahomes, where they didn't want to get beat deep by him. And Mahomes, as a result, actually became a better quarterback because he wasn't just chucking it up there so much and wasn't taking as many gambles. But now that Mahomes has matured in that sense, and now that the receiving core is better and faster and more vertical than it's been in quite some time, I expect that vertical passing game to make a return. And that's something that Patrick Mahomes has talked about this offseason. If you take a look at the analytics from 2024, the deep passing game from Patrick Mahomes, the completion percentage was not very high, 29.6% on deep passes. That's 20 yards or more. But when he did complete them, it was a big difference. 589 yards off of 16 completions is pretty good. About 11 yards per pass attempt, even with all those incompletions. 6 touchdowns, did result in 4 interceptions, however. But PFF, those nerds, they gave Mahomes a deep passing grade of 87.9. That's near the top right up there with the best of the National Football League. And Mahomes talking about bringing back the vertical passing game. He said our job is to test the defense down the field. We have to get back to doing that if we want to open up other guys underneath. And you think about it, Worthy's speed, Hollywood Brown, who we didn't see much of last year, and you also factor in Rashee Rice and all that. There will be opportunities to do this where you can stretch the field. I think the Chiefs receivers, because of all those options, and we haven't even talked about Jaylen Royals yet, who we'll talk about in a moment, that is going to create the ability where defense is like, okay, we're going to try the 3 safety thing, but we can't cover everybody. Somebody's going to be left open, and that's going to create those opportunities downfield for Patrick Mahomes and company to be able to capitalize there. Now, who's going to be the Chiefs' leading receiver this year? Will it be Xavier Worthy, Rashee Rice? Does Jaylen Royals get it done? Who leads the team in receiving? Tell me in the comment section who you think that is. Speaking of 15, we have a framed Patrick Mahomes signed jersey, a printed signed jersey on sale now with free shipping at chatsports.com/Mahomes15. This will look fantastic in your man cave, my friends. Why would you not want this thing? It's got a great price as well. You can go check it out and see for yourself. Chatsports.com/Mahomes15 to get yours now. And we also have other Chiefs merchandise available at that same link. Check it out today, chatsports.com/Mahomes15 to get yours today. Last on our list of reasons to believe, I think Jaylen Royals, the 4th-round rookie out of Utah State, is really going to come along, and he is going to emerge nicely for the Kansas City Chiefs and be a natural fit. We talked about the vertical passing game a few moments ago. Jaylen Royals has experience with that. He also has been a very good possession receiver as well. He'll find a spot to fit into this offense, and I expect him to move up very quickly on this depth chart, past Sky Moore, past Juju Smith-Schuster, and be an immediate impact player, assuming that he's 100% healthy from that injury that he suffered. You look at these statistics in 7 games last year, in just 7 games. And I know it's at Utah State, but even with that said, you do these numbers, I don't care if you're playing for redheaded little sisters of the poor college. Those are really good numbers. 55 catches, 834 yards, over 15 receptions, 6 touchdowns, 3 drops. I think Jaylen Royals, his game is going to translate very well in this offense. Lance Erline of NFL Media gave the scouting report on him before the draft and said he's an excellent zone beater, and it uses plus body control and play strength to bring in catches in traffic. Royals is a smooth athlete who can play inside or outside and is best suited for an offense that will value him as a possession target over the first 2 levels. So there you have it. I'm all in. This receiving core I think is going to be fantastic, as is, without even bringing anybody else in. They still might add somebody potentially. Thanks for watching. If you made it to the end of today's video, that means you are a real one, a real member of the Chiefs Kingdom. Spam real one in the comments section. We'll see you next time here on the Kansas City Chiefs Report.